Hello and welcome to another video. In this one you're about to see me walk into Roadie's home. I've told Rosie, who's filming for me, to stay outside because Roadie the AmStaff's owner is home. This is the first time I've gone into the home with the owner present for some considerable time. The last time was Roadie was actually drugged last time. It was after his operation on his back leg, so he was on a cocktail of drugs, so that didn't really count. So completely straight Roadie. I have not been into the home with the owner for a very significant amount of time, probably close to 7-8 months. He's very protective dog, and you will see that protective nature come out. Here he's saying hello to Rosie, who has opened the door, and now he's barking at her. Yeah, that's why I told her to stay outside. He is a biter. He will bite people if they come in uninvited. That is specifically and only when the owner is home. So Rosie has been into the home when the owner's not present, no problem at all. I've had my son round, we have had estate agents round, and we have had prospective buyers for the property round. When the owner is not home, we do not have a problem dog. Yes, that's exactly what you're thinking. That is what you're thinking. That means the problem has been identified, and there's something going on between the owner and the dog. That's not news to me or anyone who's followed this for a while. So what am I doing about that? So I'm trying to get Roadie into a position where he's a confident, happy, easygoing dog out in the big wide world, which he is not yet. Then we can bring the owner in and work on the protection issues. There is no point, and we can't fix the protection issues until we can get Roadie to be a calm, confident dog out in the big wide world. It has to be in that order, and he's not those things. So that's what we're doing here. This will be a walk to somewhere he's been before, but you'll see us walking past dogs. You're going to see Roadie's emotional load get too much for him to handle. He's going to have some reactivity. He's going to start lunging at the end of the leash. He's going to whip his head around and chew the leash, which is annoying. I really don't like it when he does that. You'll see me having to work through that and just stay calm, get the leash back out of his mouth, and then go back to just letting him have his emotional reactions. And when he's calm enough to move on, we can move on. And that's how I manage that. I don't use corrections on the dog, and I'm not going to shove a toy or food in front of his face. I want him to learn to process all of these emotions he's going through and not to freak out, to learn to cope. That's what he's got to do. And you'll see as we go on, he does get better at that each time. The first dog we come across, I do think perhaps has given him a little bit of attitude, which is why we got a strong reaction from him, because that dog's behind a fly screen door like he is now, and also under the back gate, whereas the other dogs who come across are out in the open. We're walking, we're within 10 meters of them, and we don't get anywhere near as intense a reaction. So I think that the first dog is I think we've been past it before, but I think it's a little bit of attitude coming from that one. But anyway, yeah, so this is a good session where you can see me working from the perspective of a member of the public, so I'm not holding the phone, so there's nothing I can accidentally miss in filming. So we'll go back to original audio in a sec, and if you I advise you stay to the end, because you'll see Roadie do the protection. As I leave the house when the owner's still home, we've come back from the walk, I get Roadie in, take his harness off. Here he comes to Rosie. He says hello to Rosie, absolutely fine. The owner's not in the picture at this point. So he's now a normal dog. Once he goes through that or out of that threshold of the door, completely different animal, because the owner's in home behind there. So yeah, now he's fine. The only thing to get through is dogs. But when we come back, and you'll see me take the harness off and leave him in the house, when I come to leave the house, he comes for me. He comes to try and bite my hand as I go out the fly screen door. It's purely that owner relationship with this guy. That's all it is, because I've proven that several times before, and I've proved it since this walk where I went and took a little bit of footage of myself on my own at his home, coming and going through that fly screen door when he just did not care. 3 or 4 times in and out, and he doesn't care. And I know that anyway. I said I wouldn't have had my son around doing that if I didn't think I had the measure of the dog. It is only purely protection of the owner. That is all he's got. With people, he clearly is not there with dogs yet. He doesn't fully trust me around dogs yet, because he's still reactive when out in the big wide world. He's fine with my 2 dogs. I bring them around. Anyway, let's stop yakking and let you listen to what's going on. This will be good fun, Roadie. I wasn't filming that day, But yeah, we walked past and there are lots of coppers there and people in handcuffs being marched towards us by the fence. But okay, we chose a good moment to get here. That was fun. He didn't care, which was great, absolutely great.
I don't think they know. They don't understand what that is.
No, they have no idea.
People around
Yeah, but yeah, it's exactly what it was. And all the neighbours would come out. Like, every house had someone stood out in the front garden watching what was going on. So last time we walked past this house, that black stain on the window, he was convinced it was an animal of some sort. Yeah, it was like a cat. Yeah, because it was, I think that was the evening I walked on Wednesday when it was dark, or getting dark, and you could just see this black shadow on the window. He was just staring at it.
So did that go as you thought? Like
yeah, pretty much.
He was quite vocal at the front door, which is fair enough. That's his house. But
tripped over a bottle.
What was that about?
Go on, you duck under.
How long ago before? Not before. How long ago was it where he wanted to eat you at the front door?
I haven't tried to go into the house with the owner present since.
Yeah, she was in there.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've tried to do that.
Yeah.
It was a long time before his operation. It's just the way her work schedule works means we don't cross paths very often. It's been a long time. Yeah. I'd say it was during his recovery from his operation that we did it the first couple of times since a year, and didn't have any hassle whatsoever. The reason we didn't have any hassle whatsoever is because I'd spent all of that time doing this with him, so now he's come to know me, he's come to trust me. Yeah. So I walked in the house, he's like, it's you, yeah, all right, not a problem. Yeah. He's still, as you can see, he's still a low trust animal.
Yeah, he didn't want me.
No, but you can see that when I've taken him to the mall and done the socialization, that he's nervous.
Yeah.
He's not intimidated by people to the point he wants to tell them to piss off. Yeah. But he's not confident in being in these locations. He can't relax because he's just not comfortable.
Yeah.
And so that is exacerbated obviously at home when a strange person turns up because he just isn't sure. Now that is more owner than to do with you or me, because when you went in the house last time when I was there, the owner wasn't home. We didn't have any issues. Yeah. Yeah. So what we've got a demonstration of there is the impact of an owner bond to the dog versus if we dig out the old footage when you and I both walked in the house with no owner present versus what it's like when there's no owner. So you don't have that pressure of the relationship between the owner and the dog, which is a really good example of why I like to meet new clients without the owner there. Because then you see what you're really getting.
True, isn't it? People, dog trainers are like, why would you enter a property when the owner isn't there? That is exactly why.
That's exactly why.
Like if you show footage,
you've just seen it.
If you put a snippet of what it was like when you and I walked in there, and I walked in there for the first time, without the owner there, and what just happened now.
Totally different. Totally different.
That's proof.
The owner-dog bond is, if we're being blunt about it, the source of almost all the problems. Yeah. It's always something to do with that bond. Yeah. Always.
And normally a trauma bond.
Yeah, you'd call it that. It's a more common expression. It's just a trust problem. The dog doesn't trust that the owner's in charge. We've got situations under control. So the dog goes, it's okay, I got this. And that's rarely friendly.
Yeah, so true.
Unless you've got maybe your golden retriever or your toy breeds maybe that come and welcome everyone into the house and say, yeah, whatever, do what you want, well, I just lick you. Yeah. But your more working focused breeds or more violently inclined breeds, they have a different approach. Yeah. Very different approach.
He's definitely a different dog.
He is
I
very
remember
different.
watching
Yep.
some of your earlier
Yep.
footage where he just wouldn't sniff
Yep,
anything.
he wouldn't sniff anything. It was full speed the whole time,
Yeah.
tension on the leash, just going and going and going, and he'd do it for a whole hour. That's what led us to getting him on the treadmill, and that's when we started to unlock some calm in him, is when he was actually able to run. Now we've got a guy running at us. Excellent. We'll get out of his way. Yeah, that was a huge difference to Roadie. Once he got an outlet for some energy, he actually started to calm down. Quite a lot too. See, like that.
So here's the first dog coming up on the right, and you'll see how I managed that and Roadie's leash biting. But curiously, even though they've got a bit of a attitude-filled dog in this property, they leave the door open. They've just got the front door open, and there's the fly screen door, all that's stopping the dog. Yeah, strange thing to do, but there you go.
Just reasonably loose leash. He's interested, but oh, hello. I'd rather you didn't bite my leash.
So now the leash is wet, and this is causing me to struggle a lot more. As you'll see, I'm not able to keep the leash short, which is how I like to do it. I want Roadie right next to me. Because he's made the leash wet, this caught me off guard a bit, and it really did make me struggle to keep him where I wanted him. I want that leash nice and short, but unfortunately that was very difficult now he'd made it wet.
He is currently biting my leash. Yeah, frustration. Oh, you've gone out there. So you can hear the excitement and the craziness. I'm just going to wait for him to try and calm down. And then we'll move on. I don't really want you biting my arm though, that wouldn't be optimal. Yeah. He's not trying hard because he's not damaging the leash. Yeah. So now he's ready to move on.
So all of that looked particularly unpretty, and it was unpretty, and it's not nice, and clearly the frustration is overwhelming him, and he's turning around and biting the leash. If you want to give that its technical terminology, that is effective aggression. So he wants to lash out, he wants to effectively redirect, as the dog training term, onto something, and the leash is the first thing he can grab. It's a stress relieving maneuver. It's indicative of his just overwhelming an inability to cope with the stress of that situation, and his response, being who he is and the breed he is I want to bite stuff. So he goes around for the leash. He's not redirected onto me. He has put my arm in his mouth before in that scenario. He's never bitten me. As soon as he realizes it's my arm in his mouth, he just lets go, and I've never been hurt. But it just shows a level of difficulty he has in navigating that scenario. So I know there's popular ways people have of dealing with that. The balance side of the house will correct the dog, and they will use leash pops, or they will physically intervene and prevent the dog from being able to do that. The other side, with the force free, will try and use toys or food to distract the dog from that scenario. I don't do either of those things. I'm not interested in that because I need the dog to learn to cope with emotion. I'm not interested in distracting the dog away from a scenario. That does not help a dog come through the other side of learning how to cope with stress. We have to get this guy able to see a scenario, understand a scenario, and realize that that scenario is not a threat, does not require violence, and does not require him to be upset. Throughout all of that, he hasn't actually damaged my lead, so it's not the end of the world. It's a biothane lead, so it's pretty tough. But he wasn't trying that hard either. But yeah, crucially, this is why I do what I do. I just stand there and exude a field of calm around the dog. So all I want is the dog to process the scenario and process the situation. It's learning. And the only way you learn something, especially if you're finding it stressful, is you have to voluntarily, and he did voluntarily, go into the scenario, and you have to work out how to come out the other side without losing your temper or losing your mind or freaking out. We know that's how it works. That is exactly how the mammalian brain overcomes stress. You voluntarily confront something that is stressful with someone you trust, and you learn how to get through that in a calm manner. You don't need distractions, you don't need anything getting in the way, and you don't need to be shouted at, and you don't need to get hit with the leash or any of those things. You need to just repeat being what is wanted, and that is calm. And you'll see as we come across dogs further on, he is far more able to be calm. And like I said at the start, that dog I think might have history with him. And it was being a bit of an idiot behind the fence, and I do think that featured into this quite a lot. And he sort of saw a runner go past and he wanted to chase, and I just used the leash then. And we're not doing that. Again, there's no correction or noises coming from me. I just locked the leash and I'm like, there's no need for us to do that. And now he's interested in the bus. It was fine. And the bus had a pre-recorded message playing at the time, which he'd not heard before, so that's what got his attention. Yeah, fine for him to listen to that. Anyway, we'll carry on. I'll go back to original audio.
He does have curiosity towards people, but
Yeah, he does.
I feel like when I don't know, when they make some kind of acknowledgement of him or eye contact, he goes in.
Yeah.
When they completely ignore him,
he ignores them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something he never used to do.
No, he never used to do it properly. Yeah. Yeah, he's just too busy walking forwards. A little bit of a pull coming here. I'm just going to stop because he's pulling. We'll wait for a sec. Okay. So the dog over there he's just seen, but he's decided it's not interesting enough to do anything, and we've moved on. We're not crossing the road here, Roadie. It's way too close to a junction, we can't see around the corner. We will carry on. And I might have to go round the gardener. Posty. I'll let him do his job. Thank you. Yeah, we're good. I am curious to see where he's going. I'm not directing him.
Are you not?
No, he's choosing where we're going so far. This has not been my choice. I've let him do it. It's not our house. What is it? Oh, it's a house. We've got a clothing alteration sign. Shop/house. the mushroom, are you? Yeah, this is one of the routes we take to the mall, but usually I go to the other side of that fence with him. I don't know where he's taking us. I've got to pull there, so I'll stop. He's leaning into that a bit. I reckon there's a smell or two ahead of us. That's why he's leaning into it, so he's going to wait for him to relax. Once he's relaxed, we'll move on. Alrighty.
I like to do too. I just stop and wait for
Going to know.
and then calmly walk to the sniff together.
Yep.
But he seemed to have got there and went, oh, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kind of pulled back from it. Right, I'll get out of these people's way. They can go past. Trip over a twig, brilliant. So if we keep going straight, we will end up at the big green area that we just walked past over the little bridge on the main road.
Yep.
Cyclist, right there you go. Doesn't care about bikes, but
No.
I didn't know if they were coming onto the footpath with us or not.
Not really allowed on the footpath.
True, it doesn't stop them sometimes. No one's coming. Don't know what he's looking at down there. Something caught his eye. Oh, there's a dog over there. He's not even noticed.
No. But that may be what he was.
Yeah, maybe he smelt it on the wind. Yeah, didn't hear it. Yes, we should pass the dog on the other side of the street. But I'd be lying if I claimed that he knew anything about it.
Sorry?
I'd be lying if I claimed he knew anything about it and was calm. He had no idea it was there.
No, he didn't see it.
It's just pulling a bit too much for my liking. I'm going to stop again. I've been on your toes on your back legs, don't you? So we've got a loose leash. He's relaxing slow. And yawns it off. Nice. Alright. Did you take your two out today?
No. I don't take them out every day.
Yeah, I know you don't. I suppose it's not bad for that not being too routine-y.
No, but it's zero routine.
Yeah, okay. Where are we going, Roads? Right, you go this way. Yeah, so we definitely have a routine, and our two, Rollo in particular at the moment, as he's on resting, is just chomping at the bit to get out.
Yeah, I've always just mixed it up.
Yep.
For that reason.
Yep. Right, we will go left here. We'll go down here. Nice.
Will you give him more leash now?
Yeah, once we get off this little bit of what I assume is a road, I will give him a little bit more leash. If he chooses to go that way, if we stay on the road and not.
Yeah.
Looks like we're staying on the road. So we'll eventually head down that way to the left. That's you. Curious choice of where to walk. We have lots of green around us, yet he's choosing to walk in the road.
Whose walk is it anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, really, it's his walk. Ah, so there's the dog park. Right, we'll go past the fence. Good opportunity to do a bit more work. So we're getting a big pull again, so we're going to stop. Just wait, there's a dog on our left too. Right, he's relaxed. Yeah, I reckon so. The wind's in that direction. Yeah.
Get it done. You were about to, and then you did his
Leg in.
leg.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd made some.
No,
we haven't. We'd made some good progress just before he'd done his leg in. Been doing a fair bit of time just outside the fence of places like this, letting him watch the dogs be dogs, and he wasn't biting the leash, he wasn't freaking out.
Yeah.
He was very interested. Met a couple of dogs through the fence calmly as well, and then he did his leg.
Yeah.
And we're gone back a long way, understandably, after 4 months in isolation, not doing anything, of course. Now, interesting way he's choosing to walk. He knows they're there, but he's not making a beeline to go and get involved. He's just going. And this is more of the Roadie I've seen since his operation.
Yeah.
That whatever that was at the house on the way out is not completely out of the ordinary, but it's more intense than I've seen since his operation. Yeah. Here he goes. So we'll do the same. We're just going to wait. Yeah. So loose leash as much as possible, and we're off. I don't want to go through a tree. Do the same. I'm just going to face where I want to go, wait for him to disengage, and we're off. Oh, he's re-engaged, so we'll do the same. We'll just wait. Shorten this a little bit, just in case I got to try and react to get him away from chewing on the leash. But he's not calm, so I'm not going to let him get any closer. This is close enough. And if he gets truly calm, sure, but that ain't going to happen with the dog playing with the ball right there. Oh, we've got another one running around, but I don't think he's seen that one yet. Okay. Ta-da!
So again, I just want to recap the process there. So I let Roadie see something which is extremely exciting to him. As you see, he focuses in really hard. He gets super intense about what's going on. All I do is show with my body language and the ability to stay calm, that's not what we're doing, and you're not in the right frame of mind to get any closer. You're completely allowed to get as close as you like when you are not tense and uncalm. Like I said in the footage, I have no issue taking Roadie up to that fence whatsoever, but there are rules and there are boundaries, and he is not going to do that when he is not in a calm frame of mind, and he's not. And the only way to get him in a calm frame of mind is to keep showing him these scenarios, keep showing him these pictures of dogs being and dogs doing. And even the two in that park were running around chasing. One was playing with a herding ball and one was chasing a toy. One was a German Shepherd, one was a Jack Russell type dog. Just keep showing them the scenarios, keep being calm. It's just a case of getting used to it and repetition. Like I said in the footage, before his knee operation, we were at that stage. He was at the dog park fence, meeting dogs behind the fence, and he was doing it calmly. 4 months in isolation has set us basically back to step 2, so he can now go out on a walk and not pull like a freight train all the time. Step 1 achieved. Step 2 is he's still not a calm dog with things that excite him, and the biggest thing for him is other dogs still, and that's fine. That's what we're working on. It takes time. It's all down to him, and this is also not a dog that is given the best chance of success. So to give a dog the best chance of success at this, it needs to have a breed appropriate level of exercise and activity to do 2 or 3 times a week. He's not allowed to do that because of his leg and the surgery he's had. So this is not a dog that has an easy route to success in any way, shape or form. So that does have to be taken into account, unfortunately. Just can't get him to do the things that need to be done to help him get through these kind of things. Now there's another dog coming in a minute. I don't think it's within shot yet. It'll be a couple of minutes ahead. But yeah, I just wanted to reiterate the process there. I stand there, I be calm, I show what we're doing with my body language. I am facing in different directions because I don't want to get engaged and involved, and I wait for the dog to join me in that calm and move on. Okay, far left of the screen, the dog has arrived. So we step off the path, give some distance. You can see he's focused on it already, and we just repeat the process. So I'll stop talking and let you hear how that goes.
So that's too close for my liking, so I am going to use the leash to just pull him away to a distance I'm comfortable with, that I don't think he's going to start doing anything too stupid. I don't think that'll do. And I'm just going to stand next to him and be calm, and then when he disengaged and they've gone past, we'll be on our way. Might even face the other way directly on purpose. Hello. I'm on to you, boy. I know your leash biting trick. Okay, so now I'm going to face the other way slowly. I'll wait for him to disengage and we'll move on. I'm going to be ready in case he tries to bite the leash again. And now he's getting there, so I'm going to take a few steps away, let him know I'm out of here. Yeah, we've got to figure out a way of getting him some safe exercise. You've twisted yourself up. Should be the treadmill back on. I will ask the owner. As far as I'm aware, that is the case. He has been cleared to just go and do whatever. But as we've discussed, the surgery he's had, he will never be the same dog again. So he's
You could tell by the way he disengages, he takes off.
Yeah, he's got energy to go. Yeah, of course. He had 4 months of doing nothing, then slowly reintroduced to walks. It was literally a 5-minute walk once a day for a week, 10-minute walk once a day for a week, 15 minutes. Yeah, like this is a guy that needs to run for an hour a day. Of course, he's wound up, stressed up, whatever you want to call it, got way too much energy to burn. And then we're asking him to be calm. Yeah, okay. I said on previous videos, there's limitations to that capability. It just is. But yeah, the treadmill would be a good idea to get back on, provided the vet says it's okay. And I think it would be. Like I said, the vet said he's unrestricted.
So yes, the vet has said he can go back on the treadmill. The things he's not allowed to do are activities / sports that will involve twisting and turning and rapid changes of direction that will risk re-rupturing the joint. So he's allowed to do treadmill, so he can run in a straight line. That is okay. But yeah, like I said in the video, and having since chatted to the vet, he won't ever be the same again. He's never going to be a wholly healthy dog, and that is a challenge and a problem. Like I said, he has energy to burn. He needs to be running for an hour a day. He's a 5-year-old AmStaff, and he's had serious leg surgery, and that is a big factor in the issues with him. But there we go. We can only work with what we've got. We don't really want a fully tripoded disabled dog who push too far too hard. But there you go. Got to balance all those things out.
Has the owner seen what he's like at the shopping centre?
Yeah.
She's got to be thrilled with that.
Yep. Yeah, very happy. Yeah, the owner is very happy. Same with all the stuff, getting him through the hospital treatment he had to go do and all of that with the doctors and nurses and them handling him and jabbing him and all of that good stuff. Yeah, very happy with how he coped with all of that, because it was brand new to him. He'd never been through any of that stuff. And it is very weird when a group of people, I think it was always 3, when the anaesthetists come out, a group of 3 people, masks on, head things on, gowns on, trying to stab your dog. Like, to just cope with that, it's fantastic. Yeah, we'll link it again to the relationship you have with the dog. It's not because I'm anything special and I had any kind of super command strength over him. Most of the time he wasn't even connected to me by a leash when we were doing that at the vet. He just trusted, because I was sat down in the chair, my legs crossed, talking to the vet, that nothing was wrong. Even when people were touching him, looking in his eyes, looking in his ears, even opened his mouth, not a peep out of him.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. But this is part of it. We're trying to socialise an adult dog, in effect. When I first met him, he was a dog that had met about 3 humans in his life and no other dogs. Or maybe I think they said he'd had his sibling puppy next door for 9 months as they were growing up. But I don't know if they ever truly interacted beyond through the fence. I don't know if they came round or went round or any of that. So he's almost, what was he, 2.5? A blank slate of a dog that we started getting somewhere and then did his leg in. And we've gone back a long way. We've got to go left, really. Yeah, we've got to cross the road, mate. Looks good. Okay, what's down there? Nothing. Good. All right, straight line towards the end of the road. Actually, I think we've crossed one too far, but we'll let the bike go past. Yeah, the traffic.
Get ready for Roadie to catch me unaware as a cyclist comes past. I've seen the cyclist there. Oh, yeah. Oh, there he goes. I don't know why he decided he wanted to lunge and chase that cyclist. We'll talk about that on the original audio in a minute. Yeah, weird. No, we've been past the cyclist already on this walk. He didn't care. That guy, for whatever reason, caught his interest. And as usual, just lock the leash. No, we're not doing that. There's no need to do that. Don't be silly. And then we move on.
When he's walking, so he's essentially working, and a bike goes past, he gives it no mind, but because we were stopped waiting for that bike, I think it triggered his chase. So it looked like you might have a different opinion.
I don't know. It's the only thing we were doing differently, I suppose. But he stopped because he saw it rather than... That's someone's house, dude. Not getting on someone's property, thank you. And yes, I will use the leash to get him off someone's property. Okay, so he's gone on to alert here. Something's caught his attention and I don't know what. I'm just going to wait a minute. I'm not in any rush to move on. I want him calm. He's clearly not here. He's been after the cyclist. He's tried to get to that house. He stared at that lady in the garden. Something's wound him up. He's still pulling. Yeah, so for the cyclist, he stopped because he saw the cyclist. For the other cyclist he saw, we just carried on walking.
No, I think we were already stopped and then the cyclist
Okay.
and then we
Right.
stopped so that
Misremembering.
So that the cyclist could go by. I think we had just done a wee.
Yeah.
So we were stopped.
Oh, he's getting a pull on again. I'm just going to knock this on the head.
Does have a power pose.
He does have a power pose. He's got a very obvious power pose. When his head is in drive, the back legs are on the toes and absolutely ripped. You see all the muscles. Of course, you go around the back of me. Yeah, it's interesting. The only other dog I've worked with that has such an intense power pose is Fern, the GSP.
Oh, Chopper has it too.
Oh, does he? Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Oh no, Chopper.
Yeah, okay. So he does the same thing.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Unless the last time he did it was when we met you at the dog park.
Oh yeah.
And he saw your two.
Yeah.
He was like, oh. And he did these kickbacks like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was kicking back like his life depended on it.
Yep.
I need to show these two
that
I won't be intimidated.
Yeah.
But really, he was shit himself.
Yep. Curious. Pulling a lot harder now than at the start of the walk. Go figure.
I don't know where we are, but is this kind of the way back?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
so what we'll get in a couple of 100 metres is the end of the side road. We're back on the main road where we crossed the first set of traffic lights. We will have to cross back onto the left. You can probably see it from you now if you look.
Especially if Mum's home.
Yeah, maybe he knows he's on the home leg. That, or we're following something that's recently made smells down here. I don't know. But it is notable. No, he's off. He's just, something's gotten him in his interest. So same deal, I'm just going to stop and wait. Before we get too close to the corner, we'll cross the road. Follow where the jogger is going. Yeah, that's someone's house. Yeah, we're not going up in there. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we've just missed the light. Wonderful. Dude, that's someone's house. Did you just eat something? Ready? Ah, let's get out the way of the motorbike person. Alright, dude, chill out. Right, we'll go past the house again. Same deal. If anything's going on, we'll just work it. Check out this traffic. Where's that guy going? Okay, we're good. 3.2.
So here we are back at the property with the uppity dog that caused all the leash biting, and Roadie is distracted by someone on the other side of the road coming out of their house. Curious, so there you go. He's really not interested in this property too much. I mean, he's having a good sniff here. You can see there's a bit of tension on the leash, but he's otherwise fine. Yeah, he's ready to move on. Look at that, beautiful. I didn't expect him to care about people on the other side of the road so much. That is odd. But yeah, like I said, I'll take it. That's I think I said that on the original audio. Like, okay, clearly you don't have a significant issue with that property, so maybe my original theory was correct. there's something about that dog which really winds you up, because you know it's there. Absolutely, he knows it's still there. He's not stupid. Anyway, we're near the end of the walk. We're just walking back the same way down his residential streets to home.
The other way, but yeah, he doesn't usually try and go in people's driveways or on their gardens, really. But this walk, he's done it a few times.
When was the last time he was out on a walk? His owner doesn't walk in.
Does, but it's not frequent. It's more of a arrangement you have with your dogs. Random.
Random?
Yeah. So potentially the weekend. I don't know. I don't get that information from her before I come and get him.
Mm.
Sometimes it gets volunteered.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is potential. We've got a dog here who's not been out for a few days, or he might have been out yesterday. I don't know. He's walking much nicer again now. Might take the corner wide just in case someone's coming. We're good. We're good. Yeah, sorry, Roadie, we're walking back the same way we came. No new smells.
I love how his nose is on the ground all the time. Great.
Yeah, I do wish he'd do more of that. I really do. It's nice to see it starting.
Yeah, that's all mine do.
Yeah.
Mine would walk in the hole if I wasn't with them.
Okay, curious. There's a dog coming on the other side of the road. Long way away yet. Oh, they're running. Okay. Curious. And he's really gone no to the ground. He's going into his power pose. So there are dogs at this house here. Sometimes they're out the front, sometimes not. They're not out there today.
Okay, you're going to see something very strange here. So there's a big dog being walked on the other side of the road on the footpath. The owner has clocked us, and they've gone and hidden behind that bunch of cars you can see behind on the right-hand side, not behind, so on the right-hand side of the road, now behind the tree. There is an owner with a large dog, I think a Rottey, they can just see a head over the cars, just hiding by those cars. Now, they're actually outside their own home. But I suspect, and there's no noise to this, there's no barking, there's no lunging, there's nothing. I don't think the other dog actually clocks that we're there. So yeah, they're behind, there they go. There they go. So that's their house. Yeah, that's a Rottey. So what I think is going on there, and Roadie's now clocked him, finally, is the person walking that dog was concerned enough that their dog would be strong enough to drag them over to us. They were worried, and they didn't want anything to do with that, so they hid behind the cars. But I've not seen that level of fear, I suppose is a good word. Yeah, he's clocked it from another owner before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hide, but the owner wasn't just hiding, they were actually ducked down, right, to just their head was visible. They were taller than that. They were quite considerably taller than that. Yeah, very interesting. Strange behaviour. As you saw, Roadie clocked what was going on. They were going into their house, I think, when he tried to run into the road, which we're not letting happen. Yeah, curious, very curious behaviour. Yeah, maybe there's a future client hiding in that house.
Rosie, they're worried about their dog's stronger than them, and if it,
Oh, that was a big dog. I don't know if I caught
what
it.
was it? I couldn't tell from the distance.
I don't know, because she hit really well.
Yeah, so my assumption from that is they think the dog would overpower them and drag them over to us, so they just did their very best to hide. Might be someone I need to go put a card in the letterbox.
Yeah, good idea.
It's that black spot again. He's convinced it's an animal. Okay, and we're back. Strange boy. Okay, I was not expecting that. Hello.
Hi, how did you go?
Yeah, fine. We need to get you undressed, Roadie. Before you tie your own... Whoa. You lunatic. Yeah.
Still waiting to hear from about his thing.
Okay.
Harness.
Yeah, okay.
You've got the camouflage, right?
Yeah, I do. I had a question for you. Has the vet said he could go and do stuff like get back on the treadmill?
Well, no,
No?
I
Okay.
didn't ask.
Okay. Okay.
Because I was wondering whether.
Because I think we should start exploring that as an option for him.
Yeah.
Get rid of some of that energy.
Yeah.
But if the vet says no, obviously we have to rethink that. So I'd rather ask them first and find out what.
Like, is it Sandy or the Green Cross?
Sandy will know the answer. Yeah, Sandy will be fine. Just send her a message and ask her. Yeah.
So here we go. I'll play the footage with the original audio to begin with, and then I'll repeat and do some voiceover. But just pay close attention to Roadie as I leave the house. It's hard to see through the fly screen, but you'll just see his demeanour change. Then you'll see him come for me. Very interesting switch in behaviour, because I'm totally fine in the house at the moment. Not a problem at all. But the moment I go to leave, oh.
Next time, bud. Yeah, see ya.
So yeah, as you saw, Roadie was looking particularly pleased with himself after that, after he'd come for me. So I've gone slow-mo here. So now as I'm coming out the door, I know the leash is in the way. Look at those eyes, as he is ready to, yep, he'd have had my hand off then if it was indoors. He's ready to do mean things to me. And that is purely the switch from me leaving the home, that going through that threshold to him is such a trigger. Pleased with himself he looks. It's just switching back into defense mode, protective mode, as now he's in the home with his owner, and that doorway is the threshold. That is the barrier. That is it's actually the handle noise. The handle noise is what is associated with doing the protection, which is why I was able to be in the home absolutely fine by myself. He's smiling at it. without any issues, because there's a trigger to him changing that behavior, and the trigger, the associator, you can call it classically conditioned if you will, the trigger is that door handle noise. Yeah, very interesting. Right, we got some chat going on here, which I'll go back and play.
And that's you. I've had my son round. I've had estate agent inspectors round to do an inspection of the house. Don't get any of it. He is perfectly well behaved when I'm in the house with him by myself.
And at the end of this clip, just
can you see the eyes change?
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. But post the snippet of when I walked in the house when the owner wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, it's all about the bond with the owner. Dogs are so finely tuned, and
Rosie's question at this point is, Roadie knows he's running the show at home.
Maybe it's
just the bond. It's that dog knows that owner is not taking care of business.
Yeah. The dog's running the show. The dog is the adult in the home. Yeah. And so when they step up in a way that's not appropriate. And the problem with Roadie, if you've been following me for a long time, when I started working with him, he's doing it out of fear. He is terrified. And we know that because when I had to grab him when I was in that scenario but still in the house, he defecated when I made contact with him. When I grabbed him by the collar, he actually defecated on the spot. So he's not acting out of confidence. He is acting out of sheer terror. He wants you gone, whoever that is in the house. It was me that time. But he's not confident in doing it, because if he was confident in doing it, he wouldn't defecate when someone made contact with him.
What that is also a huge indication of is a dog that is stepping into the leadership role that really doesn't want to. Roadie is not comfortable being the leader. He's not happy making leadership decisions, and you see that because he's still scared in doing so. He doesn't want to be that leader, but in the scenario he's in home, he is that person. Rosie's asked me, now Roadie knows me, why is he still doing this behavior at the door? What's the cause of that?
That's learned. It's a learned habit at the door. It's a doorway thing of someone's going and I do this.
But it doesn't happen when you're leaving him and the owner's not there.
No, so it's only because the owner's present. It's a learned behaviour with the owner present and someone here. Because when it's me or me and someone else and no owner, you don't get any of it at all. So it's purely the owner and what's going on between the two of them. That's why he's such a difficult case. He was a very, very unsocialised dog in all aspects of life. He'd never even been in a car until I started working with him. And he has a bond with his owner, which is skewiff, shall we say. And he is the adult running the show in the house. But I know the owners do not come on camera here. They're not a young person. They're not someone who's physically capable of handling Roadie. Yeah, she's tiny. And he is seriously more powerful than her. But at the same time, you can't go heavy-handed with him because he's scared.
Yeah, but she has clearly zero leadership qualities.
Yeah. It's a mismatch of personalities, total mismatch of personalities.
Yeah, okay. Well,
yeah, that's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with this guy. So, yeah, case in point, if I took him to my house or I come here and I live here with Roadie, we have a different dog. Yeah. And that's the problem. Trying to pass those skills onto a human is a separate side of working with dogs. It's a skill all on its own. How can you get a human to become a leader?
And that's why dog training does not work.
Yeah, it is why training doesn't work. You can't train that out of the dog. He is running the show. You could repeat, don't do that with a leash on him at the door a million times. You take that leash off, put the owner in the house, it's going to come out because he's running the show. Yeah. Anyway, enough waffling. That's the biggest challenge with this guy. I know he's not very good around dogs yet, but he's fine around my two, etc. We can work through the dog thing. The hardest challenge for him is trying to get the owner established as an authoritative presence.
So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. So in summary, you need to be your dog's leader. And when you're not in that position and your dog is the leader, Roadie's what you get, unfortunately. But turning people into leaders, hey, that is a serious skill. And if anyone's any good at that, the business world snaffles them up real damn quick and you'll be a billionaire in short order. It is a thing all by itself, and humans have been chasing that dream since we've been humans. I'd love to have that skill. It's something I'm trying to develop, but it is like rocking horse poo.